Welcome to Mwaki Insights. Today, we're diving into one of the most seismic shifts in global geopolitics, the dramatic unraveling of U.S. Saudi relations and what it means for the future of global power. If you're new here, be sure to hit that subscribe button for up-to-date analyses on global conflicts, military advancements, and the shifting alliances shaping our world today. For our returning viewers, welcome back. Let's jump right into it. Since the end of World War II, the U.S. Saudi alliance has been cemented by two main pillars: oil and military security. For decades, Saudi Arabia provided the U.S. with crucial energy resources, while America ensured the kingdom's security from regional threats like Iran. But, over the past decade, this relationship has grown increasingly strained. Why? Well, it's all about shifting priorities. The US no longer relies as heavily on Saudi oil due to domestic fracking and renewable energy advances. This has reduced America's dependency on Middle Eastern oil. The US pivot to Asia, focused on countering China, has resulted in a slow but steady withdrawal of military assets from the Middle East. The murder of journalist Jamal Khashoggi and Saudi Arabia's ongoing involvement in the Yemen conflict have placed the US in a difficult position politically. While the US is stepping back, Saudi Arabia is diversifying its strategic partnerships, moving closer to China, Russia, and the BRICS alliance. This shift is monumental and signals a new era for the kingdom's foreign policy. Saudi Arabia has signed long-term energy agreements with China, and its new military partnerships with Russia indicate a move away from American military dependence. In fact, this relationship with China helped broker peace between Saudi Arabia and Iran earlier this year, something unimaginable just a few years ago. China played a key role in brokering the Saudi-Iran agreement, showcasing Beijing's growing influence in Middle Eastern diplomacy, traditionally a US sphere of control. Saudi Arabia is now acquiring Russian defense systems, undermining the US's long-standing role as the kingdom's arms supplier. Saudi oil is increasingly flowing to Asia, primarily China, shifting the kingdom's economic reliance away from the West. This US-Saudi divorce has wide-reaching consequences, not just for the Middle East, but for global geopolitics. As the US pulls back and Saudi Arabia cozies up to China and Russia, we're seeing the emergence of new power blocs. The BRICS nations, Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa, are gaining momentum, especially with Saudi Arabia's participation in recent summits. Combined, BRICS is becoming a counterbalance to NATO, especially as Saudi Arabia's influence grows in this bloc. With these power shifts, we're entering a new geopolitical era, one where the US may no longer hold the dominant position. NATO versus BRICS. The growing BRICS influence, with Saudi Arabia as a potential energy powerhouse, represents a significant challenge to US-led NATO. Strategic realignment. With BRICS growing stronger and Saudi energy shifting to China and India, US influence in global energy markets could wane. Could these tensions spark global conflict? While a direct war between the US and BRICS nations is unlikely, this diplomatic rift opens the door for regional conflicts to spiral out of control. With Saudi Arabia no longer fully under the US security umbrella, it may feel emboldened to act independently in conflicts involving Iran or Israel. The weakening US-Saudi alliance could also invite new regional power struggles, particularly with Russia and China pushing to fill the vacuum. Meanwhile, the US is recalibrating its strategies to focus on the Indo-Pacific, potentially leaving the Middle East in flux. Are we witnessing the end of US influence in the Middle East? It's too early to say for sure, but the signs are troubling. If Saudi Arabia continues to pivot towards China, Russia, and BRICS, the US could lose its strategic foothold in one of the world's most volatile regions. On the other hand, these new alliances may actually serve as a check on potential conflicts, as global powers vie for influence and stability. The key takeaway: we're living in a world where traditional alliances are breaking down and new ones are rapidly forming. This will have profound effects on everything from global energy markets to potential military conflicts. Thank you for tuning in to Mwaki Insights. If you found this video informative, make sure to hit that subscribe button and share it with others who want to stay informed on global geopolitical shifts. With the US-Saudi relationship deteriorating, we're entering an era of unprecedented uncertainty. Stay informed, stay prepared. Until next time. Before you go, Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss future updates on geopolitics, military advancements, and global power shifts.